Hey kids, what is up? Welcome everyone to Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear. We've been threatening to do this for a while. I have at least. And we've been talking on podcasts for the past several months about coming back for a brand new show. Well, guess what? Here we are. And this time we've got a fourth horseman added to the mix. So for all you pro wrestling nerds out there, and we know who you are, hopefully you'll appreciate that reference. I'm Tom Clark. I'm here with you for this brand new pod, as well as Joe Higgens and Jay Luft. And they call him Big Tasty. Ben Jackson is along for the ride for this brand new show, reviewing a show that is not brand new. However, we actually dig the show very much, and we're going to review every episode. So buckle in, kids, and hold on. Let's start with Jay. Because, Jay, you have never watched this show, and, brother, you have been awesome and patient and held on forever because you said, I'm not going to do it till we do the show, and that was 6 months ago. Yeah. So kudos to you for hanging on. But what do you think, man, coming into this season one preview?
I've been told off by Ben included, so many people, for not watching the show sooner. And I watched the first episode about 2 hours before we're recording, and I've never been more stressed out by an episode of television in my entire life, so I know it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. It's intense. It's intense. Joe, what do you think about coming into a brand new podcast here? Are you amped? Are you psyched? You better say yes.
Yes. No, it's, again, I only watched it once the first time round. I loved it, and I thought, right, we'll rewatch it all when the last season drops. We'll rewatch them all, and this just lines up perfectly now.
Mm-hmm.
See, although I did put it on, and my wife went, "Yeah, I'm not in the mood for this. I'm not watching that," and walked off and did something else because you've got to be in the right angry frame of mind to fully appreciate The Bear.
Yeah,
because, like Jay said, it is an incredibly stressful show, but it is also, from my experience, and I can attest to Jay and Tate as well, that is sort of kitchen work. Like, it is just 100 miles an hour constantly, and everyone's angry at everyone all the time.
Yeah. We're probably going to say the words stressful and intense a lot as we're reviewing this series. So, Ben, welcome to the crew here. Great to have you on board. What are your thoughts coming into this, man? Are you excited to do this? What do you think about tackling these episodes? Where's your head at right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here to watch Jay have a horrible time. No, I think. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sort of in the same boat as Joe. Like, I watched it all once. Like, maybe not when it first came out, but like before season 2 came out, I watched season 1, and I've been looking for an excuse to go back and do a rewatch. I took cards on the table. I haven't seen series 3 yet, so I might hold off and do what Jay's doing, because I loved season 2 so much. Without getting into any details, people said that season 3 wasn't quite what season 2 was, and it sort of put me off, like, dying to watch it. But now, obviously, season 4 is coming out. Is season 4 the last season?
Yes.
Yes.
Which I love that. I love that they've got like an actual defined ending.
Beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, and they're not just going to spin it off till like let's bring Neil Patrick Harris in as a womanizer and go full How I Met Your Mother on this and ruin the last like 4 years of it. But yeah, I love that, and I love, like, as you said, Joe. It's not a show that I was like. I really enjoyed it, but I almost feel like I sort of like got through it as opposed to watched it.
Collective trauma,
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like the first, I guess when I was watching, I rewatched the first episode today, and I paused it when I put it on, and it's like 28 minutes long, which I feels like it can't really be much longer than that, because it's like it's so like we'll get into it when we do the reviews proper, but they build the tension and like they build stress.
That's not like a long 28 minutes.
Yeah. And it's gonna be fascinating to go back, and I was saying to Tom just before we started recording. Just from watching it again, having seen more of it, you actually look at the episodes in a different light when you go back to them. Like my starting point for characters is a lot different now than it was the first time I saw it. Now that I know more about where everything ends up, it's going to be fascinating to see how that evolves as I rewatch more of it. So to answer your question in a very long-winded way, Tom, I'm incredibly excited and I can't wait. I think it's going to be fascinating and very good fun.
So are you saying that I should go back and rewatch the season like before the second one, if that makes sense.
No,
I would
think,
say watch all of them and then watch it all again.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because, yeah, season 3 as well felt like half of season 3. It felt like they
Very
split
much.
it into 2 halves for no reason other than to have 2 seasons of it.
I agree.
Which isn't a bad thing because you get a lot more story development and character stuff, but also a lot of it could have just been bits of one bit, if you know what I mean.
I wonder how much was affected by, like, obviously the two main guys are in big films.
Well, there's loads of stuff that probably will have affected it. I'm fairly sure. Was it not around like the SAG-AFTRA strike and all
Strike.
that?
That's what I was going to say.
There was the strike. There was filming Fantastic Four. I think Iron Claw kind of interfered with it a little bit as well.
But yeah, it's season 3's great. It just feels like half a season.
It does. And talking about the stress and tension, I'm straight edge. For anybody that cares to have a little bit on me, I've never touched alcohol or any kind of drug in my entire life. But buddy, watching these episodes, some of them, I'm like, I think I need a drink. Jeez, I got to take the edge off because this stuff is, again, highly intensive. That first episode alone is effing nuts, man. But as Joe alluded to, and Jay, we don't want to ruin it for you, buddy, but it gets a lot crazier and a lot more intense as we go. And this won't ruin anything for you, but there are moments, Joe and Tacey can tell you this. There's episodes where you can breathe a little bit. You're like, oh, thank God I can breathe. Woo. But then they'll ramp it back up on the next episode. So at least they do give you a break occasionally. Right?
It's peaks and troughs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the working in hospitality experience, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, I believe it has won awards from people saying it's a very accurate description of working in that high pressure environment.
I mean, I have worked in that, and not in like a kitchen, but I've worked in like bars and restaurants where obviously I've been in and out of the kitchen, and it's one of the most stressful fucking places you can go to in like anywhere like that. I also know a guy who worked in a similar sandwich shop who got that stressed out watching The Bear that he couldn't he couldn't watch it because it was like, I'm trying to watch this show, which is very similar to my real job.
Yeah.
He was like, he said it was like triggering him for like stress from work. I was like, yeah, that's understandable.
So I describe hospitality the way that people described the First World War, which is long stretches of boredom punctuated by moments of extreme terror.
Yeah, that's really good. You guys have made this segue incredibly easy, so thank you. Jay, go back to you. We've all got a background in dealing with the public, so let's get that in more detail. Jay, what have you done before, like hotel, bar, I think? Tell me what all you've done working with the public.
Well, funnily enough, I actually met Ben working in a bar. So I was working in bars for about close to a decade. Probably like 8 or 9 years. And then after that, I worked in supermarkets for a couple of years. So full blown in the trenches.
I was going to say, and which one was worse? But they're both equally.
Oh, probably supermarkets, actually.
Yeah.
Testify. Joe, what about you?
My first job was as a pot wash in a kitchen. I then worked my way up to starters and eventually ended up doing all my certificates and all that jazz. Never a chef, but a cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Couldn't do that anymore because I get too hot. So I ended up doing front of house stuff in pubs and stuff. Ended up running my own pub for a while, and then came here and worked in a convenience store in Manchester City Centre for a long time, for too long for a man of my age. Until one afternoon I was threatened by a junkie with a needle, and I went, yeah, that's enough for me. I don't get paid enough to deal with this, thanks.
No.
And I went and got a lovely office job, which is great.
That's what I did.
Yep.
So, cousin tasting, if any of you out there have never watched The Bear and you're deciding to do this along with us, you'll get what the cousin reference is. So I know you've got big time bar experience, but tell me a little bit about that and what else you had dealing with the public.
So I will go to sort of ape Joe. My first job, this is going to date me terribly for anyone in the UK. My first job was actually working as a drink runner in a Chinese restaurant. And part of my job was to replace ashtrays on tables with clean ones
Ooh la la.
Ooh,
in the
wow.
in the smoking sections back when that was a thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, there we go. That was before I was illegally allowed behind a bar. I was too young. Worked on a bar. I've actually spent most of my hospitality career and where I currently am in the world of coffee. So I work as a barista. I currently work as a barista. I'm actually quite we'll get into this more in the review, but the current shop I'm in now, I've had to come in as like a manager and implement new ideas onto an existing staff, which has thrown up some of the issues that come up in this show.
It's a system, some would say.
So I've got a lot of experience of that, of like sort of staff pushback from staff who think they know everything, and yeah. But it's lovely. I've never been threatened by drug addicts, so like Joe. So that's all right. I've picked up human excrement, but who?
Oh, I've done that. Yeah.
Who hasn't? Honestly,
I got to go to a police lineup with the guy that plays Mrs. Brown in Mrs. Brown's Boys, so that's something to write on my gravestone.
And he still lives.
Well,
And you didn't condemn him to prison time for what he's done.
it wasn't him. He was just in the shop when it happened. He got a bottle of Tizer launched at his head. It was quite funny in hindsight.
I've had 2 jobs in brick and mortar. My first one was age 16. From 16 to 18, was in a steakhouse, so a restaurant. Started washing dishes, and then got into the kitchen. So learned how to cook at age 16, 17. I didn't know how to cook. A buddy I learned, right? And then from 18 till about 3 years ago, I worked in the grocery business and saw way more crap than I ever wanted to see, literally and figuratively, right? And put up with more effing nonsense than anybody. And you guys know the nonsense that's out. It's Jay, you know better than anybody, but here, like, it just grocery stores are just
A
I
lawless
don't
house.
know.
So my favorite story that Jay ever told me about working in not an unnamed grocery store, we'll call it, was someone come into his store on Good Friday, which is 2 days before Easter Sunday, and complained that they didn't have any Easter eggs left because they would have sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All the time. People on holidays were the worst.
So now every Good Friday, I ask Jay, where is it? Where I can get some Easter eggs at?
Yeah.
I'm
Pretty sure I told you to fuck off this year.
Just like your friend had trauma, from watching The Bear. Like, I've got grocery store trauma that'll be with me forever. It was Christmas week, Christmas or Thanksgiving, I forget. And, not to bore everyone to tears, but when you buy a fresh turkey in a grocery store, don't know what they do in that country, but over here, a fresh turkey has a chill on it. It's not frozen, but it's pretty damn cold, because if not, the purge in the meat counter would be atrocious. It'd be a bloodbath, literally. So it's chilled way down. So a lady comes by to pick up a fresh turkey, and she is furious because it's frozen. If you can't watch the video, kids, I'm air quoting like a moron. It's frozen. She reamed me out for 10 minutes.
Cook it in her car.
I gave it to her for free to make her happy. And I'm thinking, what I wanted to say was, you have a good Christmas and thanks for trying to F mine up. So there you go. Again, wonderful how people.
I think the main thing of hospitality is be nice to people who bring you food and drinks.
Yes.
Because you don't know. I never done none of that.
Don't lie, Joe.
But no, I never would. Never would. That's a betrayal of trust that I could never do. But yeah, you think, and also, just be nice to people. That's the main takeaway from it, because everyone's got horror stories. Everyone has horror stories, and it is like Tasty said, it's you all just sit around outside smoking and just telling each other these war stories of the worst people ever.
Hey, so you didn't stick a random pinky in someone's glass when you showed it to
them? I'm with Joe. I think once you mess with someone's food or drink, you're done. Like, that's it. You've got to walk away. Like,
there's no going back.
Juju.
You've gone past the point of no return. Like Joe said, there's almost a duty of care. Like, no matter.
And I've been tempted.
No matter what you do to me, no matter what you say to me, I'm going to give you
kill them with kindness.
Give you the best possible product I can give you with the resources that I have available to me. and hopefully that matches your expectation. And if it doesn't, then it's a little bit of my fault and a little bit of your fault.
The worst thing I've done like that, I didn't ever mess with anyone's drink, but someone complained about the way I'd made a cocktail, so I drank it in front of them and maintained eye contact and then made them a fresh one, and they were terrified. It was fucking brilliant.
I mean,
Oh my god!
It was like during like a really busy Christmas shift, and I was like, I need some alcohol. I'm gonna kill somebody, and then he did that. I was just like, drank this fucking martini, like maintain that contact. It was
So
like,
to knock I was gonna say to knock the drink back, did you have to physically move so you could look them in the eye? You know what I mean? So they could see you.
It's a lot more
Right
difficult
down.
to do in a restaurant. Just eat a full lasagna while
Yeah.
making eye contact.
I'll show them.
Like some kind of
definitely give it a
maniacal
go.
Garfield.
Maniacal Garfield. I love that.
So one of my first rules whenever I went to because I worked in a few places that did food, was always make friends with the chefs because they're the scariest fuckers in the place. So, as you can probably see in the show, so literally the first thing I'd do is when they finished the shift was I'd make sure they had a beer before they'd even sat down after work, because otherwise it was like, yeah, these guys are gonna hate me.
Yep.
That's
And also
great.
they feed you.
Yeah, two-way street. I got so many free cheese boards from those guys. It's great.
But it is also, not funny, but chefs have the highest, I think one of the highest rates of substance abuse of any industry, just because it's a thankless task. It's long hours. It's unless you're doing high-end la-di-da haute cuisine stuff. But if you're just working in a harvester or whatever, you need that beer to get you through. I mean, we'll get to it when we get to it, but I have stories. Entire kitchens going downstairs for reasons.
I like how you said that, for reasons. Well, kids, this again, because we're here for the bear, and we're going to be sharing a lot of our own personal stories, which we did, quite a bit through the TED show. But of course, this is something altogether different. This will be a different vibe, a different tone, that kind of thing. So before we get out of here, we do want to kind of lay the groundwork for you, just to give you some background. And then, of course, season 1, episode 1, we'll really dive in. But, basically, just to give you a little bit of background, like we said, the season 1 premiere was on June 23rd, 2022. This is a FX series. It's also you can catch all the episodes on Hulu, at least in this country. And Christopher Storer and Joanna Kalo, they are the showrunners for season 1, which we are going to get into, of course. And of course, this show stars Jeremy Allen White. And if you guys are paying attention to anything in the past few years, Jeremy Allen White has gotten red hot since this show, of course, and he's been everywhere. And as we record this, he is going to be Bruce Springsteen in the biopic. So be interested to see how that works. Yep.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be
oh, dude, yeah. Ben, you were telling me the other day that you're a big that you were going to see him live, or have you seen him live already?
Yeah, it was Saturday just gone.
Oh, how was it?
It was so not to derail the podcast, but not only did Bruce Springsteen obviously play for just on 3 hours, as part of the encore, he also brought out Paul McCartney.
What?
He'll turn up at the opening of an envelope, that McCartney, won't he?
Oh man!
So it was like a couple of ticks off the bucket list. I mean, I've seen Bruce before, but this was special. Like, it really was.
And
I can't wait. I mean, I'm not normally one for these biopic films. I mean, I didn't think that the Queen one was very good, but you put Jeremy Allen White as Bruce Springsteen, the man. Yeah, he can go. Let's.
I like the Johnny Cash one because
Johnny Cash one's good
because he was just sweaty all the time.
All the time. That Queen one, we're not going to talk about that. Yeah,
gave me a headache. That
train
Queen
wreck.
one.
Absolute train wreck. Yeah. Well, and don't worry about derailing this thing. We'll do that all the time. It's perfectly fine.
We
Jeremy Allen White.
20 minutes of a Two Nations Under TED talking about kebabs.
Oh my God, food.
Oh, and loads of other stuff. Yeah.
All the food.
But these episodes are shorter, so it shouldn't be as long episodes.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Fingers crossed. We'll see. But yeah, the food. I've made this joke. I've made this joke many times with you three before already. Is that I'm going to be starving on every episode because through the TED show, hungry all the time. all the time.
Yeah, but
crazy.
in this, there's those lovely like Nigella Lawson close-ups of just meat and stuff.
Yes,
And even though I'd just had my tea, I was like, I could eat a sandwich.
beef.
Well, like
Yeah.
there's an extended scene in the first episode. Again, we won't spoil it too much. Where it's just 5 minutes of everybody in the restaurant trying a sandwich and going,
Oh
"Oh,
my
fuck,
God.
that's really good."
Makes me so hungry. Yeah. But as we said, kids, Jeremy Allen White is the star of this show. He's Carmy Berzatto. He's an award-winning chef who returns to his hometown of Chicago to manage the chaotic kitchen at his deceased brother's sandwich shop. Just in that last few words, a lot to unpack there. And a great supporting cast: Ebon Moss Backrack, Ayo Adebri, Lionel Boyce, Liza Colon Zayas, and Abby Elliott, just to name a few. In March,
Oliver Platt. We've not even met Oliver. You've not met Oliver Platt yet as Uncle.
Right. That's right.
And he's
Oliver Platt.
so good.
And
He's
can,
so
we
awesome.
put some respect on Matthew Matheson as well?
Yes, can't forget him. Yeah.
Oh,
we'll meet him
yes,
as well.
the facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's actually so Matthew Matheson? We'll talk about this now because it doesn't really pertain to it. He's not only actors as Fac in the show, he's also the culinary consultant because he's a
he's a proper chef. Yeah.
Isn't that great?
So he actually did a spin-off like YouTube show for season 2 or 3 where it was him and someone else cooked all of the food from the show on their YouTube channel to show you how to do it.
Oh, I got to look that up now.
Oh, yeah, that's a spin-off podcast.
Yeah, I
for
had no
us.
idea. I had no
Just
idea.
me swearing in a kitchen, clattering pans around.
So it's just him showing you how to do like beef sandwiches and like deep dish pizza and Chicago hot dogs and
Oh
all
yeah,
stuff like that.
see, stop! I can't handle that. We just started.
I am gonna have to make one of those beef sandwiches because they look.
I'll never make it. I'll never make it through this. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Any of you guys ever been to Chicago?
Nope.
I have.
Yeah. So I've not had an
yeah.
Italian beef, but I've had a Chicago dog. I've had a deep dish pizza. I've had a chicken pot pie. I've had a lot of Chicago food. Like I was only there for a couple of days, but yeah.
It's all good.
We were there for Punk's first match back in pro wrestling when he joined AEW. So we were there for that show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, had some deep dish. It was really good. Man, I was here for that. But yeah, this again, a lot to unpack here, kids, and we're going to get there, of course. Just a couple other things here to let you know. It was in March of 2021 when FX ordered the pilot for this show to be written and directed by Storer. The series was given a full season order in October of 2021. It began filming season 1 in February 2022 in Chicago and wrapped in March of that year. Season 1 has only 8 episodes. And talk about critical acclaim, buddy. This show received 10 Primetime Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Comedy Series and Acting wins for White, Backrack, and Adebri, making it the season of television with the most wins in a single year for a comedy series until the record was beaten by the series' second season. How you like that?
The fact that it's labeled as a comedy is one of the biggest misnomers. Because there is funny bits in it, but
I mean, I'd say it's a dark comedy. There's a lot of very even like in the moments of like there's a lot of not to get into too many like spoilers. There are some moments of profound sadness in this show, like that are incredibly affecting. But at the same
time, heartbreaking.
But even in those moments, there's always like a little kernel of humor. It's gallows humor. It's it's very British in a way. It's very British humor, which I quite like. In terms of like it's like very bleak, but also like quite sort of like
heartwarming at times.
Yeah, and like spitting in the face of death and like stuff like that, and like sort of making light out of like really horrible situations. So I can see why it sort of landed in comedy. But yeah, it is not it's not Peep Show. It's not
Mrs. Brown's Boys.
It's no Mrs. Brown's Boys. Tom, are you aware of the show Mrs. Brown's Boys?
Joe's mentioned it before, but I've not.
Never, under any circumstances, watch it.
It's a war crime. Yeah.
During the TED show, I probably turned these two on to American references they never heard before, and I got plenty of stuff from your guys' home country as well, which is awesome. Which, again, that's why that was Two Nations under TED. So, in case anyone didn't know that bit. Well, as we said, we're excited for this. We hope you guys out there are too. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention there is another podcast crew out there who reviewed TED first and then reviewed The Bear second.
Really?
We are aware of your existence.
No way.
Okay?
Oh, for the love of...
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, look, I will still hold that Two Nations show up against any review of Ted Lasso that there's ever been. Because, buddy, you talk about deep in the weeds. We were neck deep in the weeds, baby. In exposition, you name it, we were there every episode. And I can't speak for you two guys, but after some of those episodes, I was
bylaws.
Yes.
I don't think.
Yeah, they didn't have Zlatan facts, did they?
No.
No,
Oh,
no, they didn't.
That's on the go.
Casey doesn't know what he signed up for, does he? Jeez. He's going to find out.
Tasty will probably have Zlatan facts I didn't know.
I just want to shout cousin a load of times and watch Jay have a bit of a cry. That's why I'm here.
Great.
Piece of garbage.
Well, we'll end on that one. Everyone's getting along already. It's going to be a fun time. So, yeah. Well, kids, we hope you enjoyed the preview. And everybody's just stay ready and be ready because season 1 will be coming your way. I don't know. It'll in a while. We'll be there. Just everybody be patient, but you'll get season 1, episode 1 soon, and then we'll start slotting those suckers out. We have not picked a day of the week yet. That's still to come. We'll announce it on social media. By the way, if you've been looking at the ticker at the bottom, you can follow us on the social media channels you see at the bottom at Bear Mode Pod. And yes, if you caught the spelling of the show, good on you. No, we know how to spell. Everybody calm down because on this show, we're going to bear it all. You like that? Plus, I just didn't want to use the name Bear because it seems like how lame is that? So it's a different kind of bear mode, kids. What can I tell you? And no wisecracks from the peanut gallery out there about the word bear and we're guys with beards. I don't want to hear any of it. Okay, everybody play nice. So
never even made that link.
See, and now I've ruined it for you. See what I did?
Because I've got a clean brain.
Well, there you go. If I've ever heard anything said about Joe Higgens, is that he's got a clean brain.
That's the only bit on me.
Nobody believes that, do they?
No.
That's all we got for you, kids. Stay tuned for a lot more. Thanks for checking us out. Be sure to follow us on all the socials and stay tuned for season 1. It's coming your way very soon. And so for Joe, Jay, and Big Tasty, I'm Tom, and we'll see you next time, kids.